Greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I hope you are all doing very well today, wherever you are in the world. I'd like to talk to you today about another title in the Criterion collection. Now, once again, this is November 2019, which means that for those of us who are in the United States, North America, you are hopefully able to enjoy the Criterion collection sale that is taking place at the bookstore chain Barnes & Noble. Now, I've mentioned it before, but because of my own personal situation, being here in Tokyo where there is no Barnes & Noble, I am not directly participating in any purchases of the Barnes & Noble sale, so I'm not making any direct purchases myself, but it is still a very exciting time for me because I am a great admirer of the Criterion collection. I really love the Criterion collection, and it has afforded me many opportunities to discover new things in cinema in my own personal cinema journey that I perhaps would never have been able to discover on my own, so to speak. So now it's a great opportunity to try to, in my own way perhaps, celebrate what the Criterion collection has to offer by just mentioning a few titles here and there. Hopefully I might be able to mention a few titles that you might be able to consider if you are thinking about making some purchases through the Barnes & Noble sale for any Criterion titles. Who knows? The thing about the Criterion collection, of course, is that there are so many titles out there, and it's just a lot of fun to try to go to every corner possible of the collection and see what's there, what kinds of things, what kinds of treasures can one unearth, so to speak. It's a lot of fun. And also for me, it's great because, as I mentioned, the Criterion collection has afforded me a lot of opportunities in the past to be able to discover new films for me that I would never have been able to discover. One such example of this is a film that was a recent release from 2016, and it was then released in the Criterion collection rather recently as well under spine number 893. This is a film that I saw for the first time through the release in the Criterion collection, and I must admit it really struck me like a kind of thunderbolt. I was immediately impressed, and I haven't been able to shake it from my conscience, so to speak. The film is this film, Certain Women by Kelly Reichardt. This is, for me, a kind of remarkable surprise of a film. And I say surprise because, once again, this was something that I had not seen prior to its release in the Criterion collection. So this Blu-ray was my first opportunity to be able to watch this film and to appreciate, or to try to appreciate, what this film has to offer and what it brings in terms of its examination of human relationships and the complexities that go along with the subtle nuances in changes and feelings and emotions that are ever shifting in the context of sensitive human relationships. It's really quite fascinating and actually morally complex. It was much more complex than I had originally anticipated, and such it became a very rich, rewarding, and quite a challenging work on my end as the viewer. And I'll try to be as vague as possible, but I'll say that when I say challenging, I mean it was very challenging for me to try to figure out exactly where my allegiances as the viewer of the film that is involving a set number of characters, where my allegiances should lie when I'm seeing these stories unfold before me that are involving the development and evolution, or maybe regression, of human relationships as they are enduring some kind of situation that is unfolding before our very eyes. Characters make certain choices in this set of stories that can be somewhat perplexing, somewhat challenging, somewhat emotionally natural, or perhaps emotionally draining, depending on one's point of view. But always, every choice, every semblance, every feeling, every rumor of an idea, of a notion, if you will, is ultimately, inherently organic, and it comes from a place that is wholly understandable in terms of the human condition and human nature, on a very how should I put it, on a very fundamental level as a human being. So that, I think, is, in a nutshell, what makes this film very challenging for me. And the fact that it is so challenging for me makes it an incredibly rewarding viewing experience for me. So I was very much taken by this film, and I still am. And it is a film that is a composition of a number of stories that operate in a kind of integrated, organic whole that is quite astounding, based off of writings by Miley Malloy, and really catapulted into this cinematic landscape by the voice of Kelly Reichardt. So this is the film Certain Women, and I cannot stress strongly enough just how much I think this film is richly captivating. I would strongly recommend this film to anyone who has not seen this film. I would strongly recommend this film to anyone who has not seen a film by Kelly Reichardt yet. As some of you may know, there is another title that is scheduled to be released in December, also by Kelly Reichardt. So hopefully this might bode well for future titles that could emerge in the Criterion collection. Fingers crossed, of course. But in the meantime, my friends, I definitively say that this film, Certain Women, is one that I very easily could recommend to anyone who is interested in a film that is actively seeking, yearning for some kind of recognition of something innate in the human condition, something that tries to deal with consequences of choice and action, things that we decide in our lives that have certain consequences going forward, and how they affect the relationships around us, and so much more. There is a kind of quiet power to this film. It is not at all flashy. It doesn't try to parade itself in terms of its own existence, so to speak. It is what it is, and gosh, what it is really quite amazing. This film is one that is one of the greats, and it's a real it's such a treat, and I am very fortunate to have been able to get this through the Criterion collection. The film is Certain Women, and once again, my friends, if you have not seen this film, I strongly recommend that you at least consider getting this film. I know that you will not regret it if you decide to purchase it. So, once again, this is Spy number 893 in the Criterion collection. This is the Blu-ray, and it's a recent Blu-ray based on the high number that is its spine number, of course. And so you're getting a nice package here, and it's not a long film. It's less than 2 hours or so, so it goes by very quickly, and it really punctuates a lot in terms of the storytelling drama that it is trying to portray. So once again, this film is Certain Women. This is from 2016. Kelly Reichardt's Certain Women, a really wonderful cinematic treat, and one that I strongly, strongly recommend. Okay, my friends, that's it for now, and so until we meet again, please be happy and healthy and well, and please keep on watching a lot of great, great movies. So until we meet again, my friends, cheers.